Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, God of Heroics, and this story is actually one of my funnier stories while having my experience as a voice actor. This is probably the best story I've had. I'm going to do this in chronological order because I want to call this video something along the lines of voice actor cucking, something in that general wheelhouse. So I've already been voice acting for a little bit, and I come across a project called Screamer, and I was like, "What's this?" It's like an anime-styled racing game, and I was like, "Oh, this is so fucking cool! This is great. Let me go ahead and throw in some auditions for this." And cat hair in my mouth. Yeah. Um, so I was going through the different auditions, and I was like, reading through them and seeing like what the characters are like, and like what it is about those characters that I might like. Like I always try. What I always say to my voice actor friends is like, especially the beginning ones, is what I like to do is find something about that character that I can bond with, or that I can find in myself, so that when I'm portraying the character, it's less like I'm portraying the character and it's more like I'm just being myself in that moment. And if they want a specific voice for that character or a voice type for that character, if it's not my normal voice, then I can just go ahead and modulate that. So there was a character that I saw in there who I really vibed with. His name was Hiroshi Jackson. And I was like, oh, Hiroshi is so cool, and I like the name Jackson, like for personal reasons. I'll get into. I probably won't get into that here on the channel, but I have a bond with that name. So I was like, let me read through this character, and I was reading it. I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking cool. I like this character so much. This is just me. So when I went to read the lines to audition, I was like, you know what? Let's do 3 different takes. I like to do 3 different takes. So I do one that is more in tune with what like the director or producer, whoever, is asking for. Like whatever description is on that character, that's what I do. And then my second take is always what I interpret the character would sound like, just based on vibes, just looking at the character like, yeah, it'd be cool if this voice came out of their mouth. And then I do a third take that's just my natural voice. So I went ahead and did that. The first take was exactly what they asked for. Second take, I interpreted this character sounding like Alex Lee. If you don't know, that's one of my favorite voice actors as well. Favorite male voice actor, Amelie favorite female voice actress. So I went ahead and did like an Alex Lee impression, like a grounded Alex Lee impression, and I was like, yeah, this is cool, like a grounded but kind of fun impression. Like if you ever just hear him just talk in general, like not voice acting as certain characters, not like a Zenitsu scream or whatever, not Sung Jin Woo, like being all level 100, but kind of just regular Alex Lee. And then I did my own. So when this is so funny. So I got shortlisted on this. It was the first thing I ever got put on the shortlist for, and I was like, "Oh shit, they really like my audition." The shortlist is basically like out of hundreds or however many people audition, they shorten the list to this very few. And I was like, "Okay, great. So I have decent chances. Maybe I'll get called for a second round, or sometimes they just look at who's on the shortlist and make a decision." Then I saw that my audition was dismissed, and I was like, "Okay, that's fine. You don't get everything. That's fine." You want to know who got the fucking role of Hiroshi Jackson? Alex fucking Lee. I think this was like the funniest way to get voice actor cucked, in my opinion, because I'm like, I auditioned for this role, and my normal impression of this, my normal intention was like, let's do what they say, and then I'm gonna interpret this as if Alex Lee was voice acting the character. And then Alex Lee himself literally voice acted the fucking character. This was the funniest to me. And this is like in the same vein as the next example that I have. So there was a superhero game that I saw an audition for, and one of the main characters, he was described as pretty much just like a down on his luck kind of character who's like, he was forced into retirement, but he's like willing to, try to get his mojo back and blah 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 blah. And then the voice type, it said they wanted an Aaron Paul like voice, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna, you can't keep getting away with this, but like, I'll look up some Aaron Paul clips and see if I can get that voice down perfectly. Sorry if that interpretation was shit. Again, like I said in the previous video, because I'm recording these back to back, I have been recording a lot today, so my voice is tired. But anyway, I look up some clips and I was like, oh, okay, this is his voice. Let me go ahead and do something like that. So I did a few different takes of that voice. Like I did two takes for all the lines with that voice, but just like expressing the scenarios differently, like, kind of just being like, oh well, this line could be like he's down on his luck, or this line could be like he's uplifting, this line could be like he's arguing with somebody or whatever, because they don't always give you context for what is going on with each line. And then the third one was obviously my personal take. And then I found out that I did not get this role at all. In fact, I didn't get shortlisted. I don't even think they did a shortlist for this project. They just straight up was like, yeah, y'all didn't get it. We picked somebody. And they picked. So the game that I was auditioning for is Dispatch. And the character I was auditioning for is Robert Robertson. And if you know, you know. He's voiced by Aaron fucking Paul. So twice I was passed up. Once was me interpreting, oh, this character should sound like Alex Lee, and then Alex Lee himself literally fucking voiced the character. Then the other one's like, hey, we want a voice actor that sounds like Aaron Paul, and then they quite literally got Aaron fucking Paul. That's insane. This is insane work, I'm telling you. Like, oh, it's so fun. It's fun being a voice actor. I swear. Like, I'm not big time. I'm not represented by any agencies or anything. I hope to be one day, but God, this is such a fun experience. Like, things like this just happening just really takes the cake for me. It's great. But yeah, that's all I got on the voice acting side for my stories, at least for now. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.